Alright, so I'm back, and today we are finally going to take a look at Superion. Now, obviously, Dragstrip is not part of Superion, but for the purpose of this video, he is. So we'll start with him. Now, a lot of people were telling me to use him as a leg as opposed to an arm, and from what I've seen, because I played around with it the other day, he doesn't really work as a leg for Superion because he's actually too tall. He becomes too tall of a leg. Just saying, Superion ends up being lopsided because he's not the right size. So first thing you want to do is take the sword, the little foot off, and you open up this, flip out the fingers, and then you rotate this over, and then rotate the thumb up, and then there's the left fist. And then to transform him, I like to rotate the head around, flip that back, flip up the connector port, like so. Then what I do is I'll flip the hands up, and you basically just got to find a way to hide the arms. So I just kind of rotate these up and back like this. Just kind of get them out of the way. Then you clip the legs together and rotate it out like so, so that this is the elbow joint here, like so. Take the hand and you plug it in, and there you go. And then he's got enough 5mm ports that you can easily find a place to put the sword. So you can plug it in here. You can give him like a little tiny dagger or butter knife, I guess. Plug it in the back. You can do whatever. But for right now, we're just going to throw everything off to the side. So there you go. There's his right arm. Real quick, real simple. We're going to use him as the other arm. So you want to take the gun out, set that off to the side. Take out the hand here, and you flip this out like so, and then the thumb will come up like this. I wish these fingers would lock out a little bit better, because I do have a tendency of them just flopping back in. So it's a little unfortunate, but not too bad. Then I like to rotate the head around, rotate that up. And these guys are Scramble City, so you can use whoever you want to for whatever you want. And I'll just take these arms here and fold them into the back. Just kind of keep them out of the way. Same thing over here. Fold them back like this. They don't really tab in, but they hide pretty well. Then you plug the legs together, like so. Rotate that. There's your arm. Plug in the fist. Again, real easy, real simple. We're talking level 2 difficulty for most of us. Take the foot out, take the hand out, or gun off. Then for the legs, what you want to do is collapse them down like they were going into jet mode. If you want longer legs, you don't have to do that, obviously. But I will do that. Collapse them up. Collapse them up. Why are you doing this? There we go. All right. And then we take this arm and you want to ratchet it down, and that way you can plug the arm back in to its little slot right there. So rotate down and plug it in. Take combiner port here, rotate it up, and you can have it facing this way, but I recommend this way so the jet's kind of looking forward, and you can have the wings in whatever configuration you want, either all the way up, out a little bit, you know, whatever. Fold this back, and now it is a foot. Plug that in, and there you go. This stuff, rotate the waist around, collapse the legs, and like I said, these guys are Scramble City for the most part, so any of the jets and the helicopter can go in any configuration you want. Like I said, the drag strip is too tall to be a leg for this particular robot. Alright, so you rotate that up, and then you plug the arms into the sides. And then this will come down and snap in place. Then you take the foot, plug it in, pull the heel spur out. There you go. Again, we're talking real simple stuff going on here. There is nothing on here that I would say is like, oh my god, this is really bad. So take the shield off, the gun off. This will plug into here, like so. And now we get into, you know, where, you know, I kind of bashed this figure when I did the review on him. But now we get into where he really shines, and that's combined mode. So first thing you want to do is turn him upside down, which is awesome. You know, that's something that I don't think anybody ever really thought of before. So flip open this chest, rotate the head in, this will collapse in like so. Rotate the arms down, like so. Alright, and then you want to open up this chest cavity here, which actually is a lot easier said than done. So we're going to try using this to kind of pry. Nope. Alright, got a screwdriver now. There we go. Pry that up a little bit. This will come up here, and then what you want to do with the feet, fold the feet up, in, up, and in. These will rotate around like before, like when you're going into jet mode. And then so you just rotate these down, and then these side panels here, there's that little slot that's right there, and this peg will plug into. So just plug those in, flip the robot head up, like so, and then there's a little tab right back here that will tab into this slot right back here. Alright, so there we got that done. Then you want to come here and you flip this red panel here. That's not the big red panel, but there's a little one on top of that one. You flip that up. I know it flips up. Oh, the head was in the way. So you flip that up like so. Then you take this piece here and you fold this out, and it rotates around and up like so. Do the same thing over here. And I think that's just genius to use it in that configuration as opposed to the standard legs become legs, arms becomes arms thing. Rotate the antenna up. This is the worst part of this combiner right here, is these antenna. These things are the super soft rubber. I hate them. Please, Dr. Wu, we need new antennas for Silverbolt yesterday. Alright. And this is the other part that I kind of look at and it's like, ugh. You take the fist here and it folds back and it just sits like that. No place to really lock it in or hide it. It just kind of sits in the back. Really unfortunate there. These pieces here will flip down and see they kind of hide for the most part. I have no problem with those. So, all right. Now let's put them into combined mode. So we're going to rotate the camera up because this is going to become bigger. And then you just take the combiner piece and you just slot it in. And you can see that orange piece that's right there goes up. And once it goes all the way up, you can put the combiner piece in. And there's a little lip on that that'll help lock that into place. So once it's there, it locks in fairly well. It's not perfect because you can still pull it out. But it does take a little force to pull it out. So it's real simple, but awesome that they set it up that way. Really easy to get in, not too difficult to get out. Alright, and then we take him, just slot that down. It's the same situation here. And then if you want to make it easier, you can always pull that down and then pull them up. That will unlock it a lot quicker. So, I'll do the same thing here. And there we have Superion in robot mode. And he's really awesome. I really like this figure. This is easily the best combiner Hasbro has made since, in my opinion, since the Beast Wars Triberticus figure. This tops the Energon combiners. This tops Fall Cybertron combiners. This tops the G1 combiners. And I know people are going to probably try and shoot me for saying that, but the G1 combiners really weren't much to talk about. So yeah, this guy is just awesome. Posability. His head does swivel. It's not on a ball joint, which, I mean, I'm okay with that. Arms ratchet up and down, in and out. He's got a double bend elbow due to them being the hips and knees. And if you want to make the arm shorter, you could. Hand does rotate because it is just a plug. Thumb has a little bit of thumb moves in and out. It goes this way. Fingers can move a little bit like that. He's got a 5mm port right there, so he can take his ginormous rifle and just plug it into his hand. And it doesn't look so bad in his hand here. Although I do wish that you could plug it in like right here, like in the G1 cartoon. Perhaps there's a way and I haven't figured it out yet, or maybe one of the other jets will have a 5mm port on the side of their legs. Just kind of look them over, and I don't see other ones having anything like that. Alright, so anyway, back to the figure. Nothing at the waist due to the transformation, but I mean, really, look at this back kibble. It's, in comparison to some other combiners we've gotten, it's not bad at all. Hips ratchet in and out, side to side, thigh swivel. He's got a bend at this portion of the thigh, and then he's also got a bend at the knee. So he's actually got a really good bend going for him here. And it can bend a little bit forward, but not too much. Foot can swivel side to side, but no rocker. So yeah, awesome figure. I really dig this. And I like the fact that they are Scramble City, so I mean, I've got a Stunticon on him right now because that's all they have out right now. And we are going to get the Slingshot, which will be retooled Firefly, which is awesome because I really like this mold. This is the best of the Jets, in my opinion. So it's really awesome we get another version of him. Anyway, setting him back here, do some size comparisons. Let me pause the video for a second. Alright, so now we're going to do some size comparisons. Trying to move some stuff off my camera here because there's going to be a lot of figures here. Here he is with the Classic Seeker Jet. I think this scales very well with the Classics scale. Here he is with the Springer. Again, I think this actually works pretty well for this one as well. Here he is with the MP car. And like I said in the Bruticus video I just did, this works if you're going for G1 toy scale. This actually isn't very far off from G1 toy scale. And here he is with the iGear Seeker. And this, again, it kind of works, but not really. So, doesn't quite work for the bigger classics. If you're looking for MP or the bigger classics, honestly, your best option is probably the TFC one that's already out. Alright, now, try and clear as much space off here as we can. Move the camera over a little bit. Alright, so, I'm going to push him over here so you can still see him. Here he is with the Fans Project Bruticus, and I like that. Yes, he's bigger than Fans Project Bruticus, but Bruticus was always kind of a smaller combiner, so he comes up, he's about a little more than half a head shorter than him. But I think it still works relatively well. So, yeah, that looks great. I really like that. Here he is with Make Toys Giant, because I sold my Hercules and I got Giant back. And as you can see, these guys are like, he is about that much taller. So the Combiner War scale is taller than the Make Toys Giant figure. But only barely. I think this scales very well. I like this. I'm loving this, actually. This is incredible. I'm blown away. I've never actually looked at the scale on this guy until just now. I'm really loving this. This is incredible. I'm getting a huge kick out of this. I'm sorry. I am a fanboy at the end of the day, and I deliberately did not show this off so that I could do it on camera. And my only other combiner I have at the moment, who in comparison is just infinitely heavier than all of them, and he just dwarfs them. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Alright, so yeah. Okay. So, sorry, I always said Predaking should be the biggest of the combiners, so having my Predaking standing here and being dwarfy, because I never had this Predaking with the Make Toys Predaking, or Make Toys Giant. So I never really looked on how much bigger he is, really. And yeah, I love this. I'm loving this so much. This is just awesome. I love this combiners. Oh, I've always been a huge fan of combiners, and now we've got what I would say almost a perfect scale going on here. For me, I know a lot of people are different, but this is what I'm basing my collection off of, is the Seeker jets. So this works really well with them. I love this. This is just incredible. Alright, so back to topic of Superion. What are my final thoughts on him? I didn't like the Silverbolt figure as much as this Silverbolt, but every fault that he had, he makes up with it in spades for combined mode. It is the most ingenious Hasbro combined mode ever. There's no question about that. He fits together very well. They designed him very well. I love the locking mechanisms. I love the Scramble City. The hands just sitting on the back of his legs is ugly. I don't like that. And the antenna being super floppy, I hate that. And, honestly, yeah, I know Perfect Effect is making some new feet and new hands for him. And I might get those still. I might not. Because, quite frankly, I don't have a problem with the way he looks right now, aside from the fact that he's got a helicopter and a race car on him. But those are issues that are going to be fixed over the course of the next year. So I am really looking forward to Minosaur now, because they just knocked this guy way out of the park. The Devastator, everyone's complaining that they think he's going to be too big because he's using all Voyagers and a leader class figure, but really, guys, he uses all Voyager class and leader class, or Voyagers and Ultra class, anyway. So Devastator won't be too much bigger than him, if at all. Look at the Hercules figure. He was made up of 6 Voyagers. And if you got the one that was more G1 accurate, it was 6 Voyagers plus an upgrade kit. So if you add those upgrade kits into one of the figure, more of an Ultra to leader class figure. What I'm getting at is I don't think he's going to be massively huge like everyone is fearing. I think he's going to be probably in Feral Rex size, which I'm okay with. Maybe a little bit taller. Again, I'm okay with that. I prefer my Predaking to be the biggest on the shelf, but if he has to tip it off to a six-man combiner, then so be it. Anyway, Superion. As a whole, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I'm really loving it. It's a lot of fun to play with, and that's critical in my book when it comes to Transformers. Like, I really like Giant here. He's a great figure, but he's not that fun to play with. He's not going to be my first choice when I'm looking at my shelf. I'm like, do I want to take somebody off the shelf and mess with him? He's not going to be top choice. Neither would be Predaking. Just because of the complexity of the figures. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying they're not as much fun as, like, the Energon Fans Project Bruticus. I enjoyed taking that set apart and putting them back together. And I'm going to enjoy taking the Superion apart. I think it's a great set. I highly recommend it. Even if you've already got the TFC version, or if you're holding off on something better, or you're holding off for the United or Henkei or Legends, whatever they're calling the new win, the Takara version, if you're waiting for that, I still recommend picking this guy up. I mean, the whole set's going to set you back like $70. That's not bad. Hell, you can pick the whole thing up on Hasbro Toy Shop and get it shipped for free. It's not, and that's a pretty good price. So yeah, I do recommend him. I think he's a lot of fun. I think he's a good 9 out of 10. Very solid figure. Very happy I got him. I can't wait to finish him. And there's a pretty good chance I'll buy the Legends one. You know, at the price of the Legend one, at about $150 or $120. You know, with this, you know, you're talking $200 to have 2 combiners, as opposed to the cheapest you can get with combiners, third party wise, is like the Fans Project Bruticus. You can buy the upgrade kit, the reissue, and if you look hard enough, you can find another, or you know, one of the United sets, and probably spend about $250 on that. So that's what I'm saying. $200 and you can get 2 combiners for it as opposed to 1. Or in the case of like Feral Rex, you can get his legs. I'm not bashing these figures, I'm just saying I really like this figure. It's really refreshing that Hasbro's doing this. I am very happy with my Bruticus. I will be buying another Bruticus soon, so that I can have 2. So I can have this one is going to be counted as Ruination, and then I'll have an actual Bruticus as well. I was debating on getting the Microblaze War for Cybertron one, but I'm liking this scale a lot. So I'll see if Fans Project, you know, how Fans Project's upgrade kit turns out when it gets closer. As of now, I'm not too like, oh man, I need to buy this set. Like everyone was thinking when the set first started coming out, because in hand, those feet and hands do not look bad at all. They look pretty good on him. So I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. I recommend you guys picking it up. And again, like I've said before, this is going to be a great year for Transformer fans. This is going to be awesome. So yeah, there you go.